The elite controllers of this world literally worship nuclear energy as their god. They worship and revere the bomb and nuclear power. The release of this energy is the holy grail for them. The imagery, orgasmic. From the very beginning and creation of the atom bomb, splitting of the atom through the Manhattan Project, there was an endgame involving a new world being ushered in. This was the Manhattan Project. The Manhattan Project was carried out in extreme secrecy. By 1945, the project had nearly 40 laboratories and factories which employed approximately 200,000 people. Among these employees were some of the greatest scientists that have ever lived, including Albert Einstein and J. Robert Oppenheimer, who spearheaded the operation. On July 16, 1945, in a desert in New Mexico, the world's first nuclear test, codenamed Trinity, was conducted and ushered in the atomic age. The Trinity test success led to the creation of 2 more atomic bombs that would be used in World War II. Oppenheimer was an occult adept, who also was a covert communist agent whose security clearance was eventually stripped after allegations surfaced of his criminal spying activities. Oppenheimer had all along been a communist spy who funneled nuclear bomb plans to Stalin in the Soviet Union. Subsequently, other Jewish scientists working under American sponsorship compounded the treachery by filching nuclear secrets and clandestinely turning them over to Israel. Upon viewing from a distance the gigantic mushroom cloud and fiery chaos of that initial explosion, Oppenheimer declared, "I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," a quote taken from the Hindu scriptures. This is why Nikola Tesla's reality-altering research has been suppressed. Nuclear energy, fossil fuels over free energy. And also why we are stuck in this nuclear energy paradigm to begin with. Not only did the industrialist banking cabal steal this research, they also changed the human knowledge of physics, replacing Tesla's knowledge with Einstein's theories, which is promoted everywhere. When it comes to the bomb, by using this supernatural energy current, the elite believe they will destroy their enemies and establish the final kingdom on planet Earth, or New World Order. It is no surprise that Hollywood has bombarded and conditioned the public consciousness with the fear and imagery of nuclear weapons through subliminals and plots over the years. For those with the eyes to see, the message being delivered is the endgame plan involving the final nuclear war. Take the 2010 post-apocalyptic thriller Vanishing on 7th Street, which had nothing to do with nuclear weapons.
Piece of junk.
In one scene, Hayden Christensen's character sits at a bar to have a drink. He then looks at the wall. On the wall are randomly placed pictures of nuclear mushroom clouds. Under one of the images, a shocking message is written. For anyone who hasn't seen the film The Watchmen, there are connections with free energy, and this very subject is featured in great detail. Believe it or not, the plot is literally about perpetrating a false flag upon the world to usher in a new world order. The film has the most occult and Illuminati symbolism in film history. The underlying message in the movie is both shocking and revealing.
What are the evils that beset them? Fossil fuels, oil, nuclear power are like a drug, and you gentlemen along with foreign interests are the pushers.
Now listen.
No. You listen.
The false flag that occurs in the film is a nuclear-type holocaust created by Adrian Veidt, aka Ozymandias, who makes it look like it was done by Dr. Manhattan, sacrificing millions in order to usher in a new world order utopia of peace. Ozymandias describes it as the greatest practical joke in human history, or the greatest deception in human history. Take note of the character name, Manhattan, this of course being a direct reference to the Manhattan Project.
Intel indicates the energy signature was generated by Dr. Manhattan.
Interference. Cataclysmic interference. by nuclear warheads. It was me. I did this.
What do you mean you did this?
Not directly. It was made to look like I did it. Adrian.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. You recognize those words? It was your own Dr. Oppenheimer, after he created the atomic bomb.
Has Hollywood been telling us the truth all this time? Has it always been in plain sight? It would appear it has. The message of the Watchmen seems quite clear, and it's this. Someday, the elite plan to create a nuclear holocaust in order to unite the world, and it will be blamed on an innocent party. Problem, reaction, solution. In one scene, the film's heroes talk of not being able to keep such deception a secret, but realize they must. Otherwise, millions have died in vain.
Everyone's gonna know what you've done.
Well then, by exposing me, you would sacrifice the peace so many died for today.
Peace based on a lie.
But peace, nonetheless.
He's right. Exposing Adrian would only doom the world to nuclear destruction again.
No. We can't do this.
On Mars, you taught me the value of life. If we hope to preserve it here, we must remain silent.
Out of my way. People have to be told.
You know I can't let you do that.
Suddenly you discover humanity. Convenient. If you'd cared from the start, none of this would have happened.
I can change almost anything. But I can't change human nature.
Of course you must protect Bite's new utopia. What's one more body amongst foundations?
The tragedy of the character Rorschach is that in the end, he ironically ends up being the only one unwavering. He is so committed to justice and truth, it is impossible for him to remain silent on the greatest conspiracy in human history. This is highly symbolic. This represents today's typical whistleblower or of someone who is incapable of living a lie. For if you cannot remain silent, you will be dealt with accordingly, for the greater good. Once again, there is so much symbolism in this film, you can't even afford to blink. Ultimately, The Watchmen is really an inside look into the minds of the elite and what their plans are. Remember, this is the same New World Order that David Rockefeller himself has talked about and admitted to in his own memoirs. It's all out there in the open. Everything is. We just have to take the blinders off.
To impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds, the destroyer of worlds."